Dobro Jutro, Divine Pisces 222. It is Friday. Yay, Friday. Friday, January 24th, 2020. We do have, or had, a new moon. It's still happening, I guess. I think it was really, really early this morning. It was like 4 something this morning. New moon in Aquarius. So, got some cycles ending and that sort of thing happening right now. And I believe today is Chinese New Year. So, yay, it's officially Year of the Rat. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this energy check. Oh, yeah, also, I did post this on my community tab. I got this charged chakra bracelet from Jupiter 1111. I had purchased her Rainmaker program last year. And so now she's doing a thing where if you get the Rainmaker program, which you can purchase through me, you can purchase through other readers as well, or you can purchase through her directly, she'll send you one of these. It's a $44.44 value, and it's fully charged. Yay! So super awesome. Check that out. It's linked in my description box. I highly recommend it. I'm actually going to go through the program again. I went through it last year when I purchased it. But I'm probably going to go through it again because, hey, you know, it's forever. Alright, so first card we've got out is balance. Yeah, I do feel a lot of balance coming to the collective right now. It's like really, really pushing out some of these insecurities that have been coming to the surface, these negative energies that have been kind of coming up here recently. It's almost like you know, it's like a purge, but it's really almost like a resurfacing of some stuff. Maybe some stuff that wasn't fully dealt with is kind of resurfacing now. But I also feel, you know, some of these ascensions that we're going through right now, and I mentioned this before, it's like the crown chakra is so huge. It's like all of this information coming in, and it's going through the third eye, but the third eye is freaking out, like, this is too much information, so I'm just going to shut down. So I feel like, just in general, their third eyes are just kind of having a hard time interpreting some stuff because it's like overload. So I definitely would recommend balancing that out, guys. Do some meditations, do some clearings. You can do that with binaural beats. You can do that with meditation. You can do that with Dream Queen does transmutations. Jupiter 1111 does, you know, clearings with light language, and actually Wicked Virgo does chakra clearings as well. So I definitely would recommend doing something to get that cleared out. Okay. A lot of divine feminines, especially right now, are in acceptance or surrender mode. Actually, a lot of divine masculines are too. They're kind of just, you know, for a long time, if you feel like divine masculine was really fighting change, really fighting it. Like, just, I mean, it's scary. It really is. It's, it brings up all of these things where you just kind of realize, oh my gosh, there's such a disconnect. There's such a disconnect between me and what I thought was true. You know, what I've been told my entire life, what's true, or, you know, that's true, that is not, right? And so I do feel a lot of divine masculines are accepting this as truth now. They're accepting the fact that, you know, they've pretty much been living their entire lives in a lie. Now, what are they doing about it? You know, a lot of them are trying to start over with themselves. I do feel some new beginnings coming in for divine masculine for themselves. I feel like a lot of divine masculines are just done. They just want to clear everything out and move on, right? Literally just start over. You know, there's this energy of just wanting to say, no, clear it all out, so that I can rebuild from scratch. Right? The stripping away of the ego, literally stripping away the expectations. However, I feel like a lot of them are, it's like they don't really want to face the healing aspect. They just want it to be gone, right? So it's like some of them are blinding themselves to some of the insecurities that are coming up. It's like they're just like, no, out of sight, out of mind. If I don't see it, it doesn't exist, right? And so, I mean, it's kind of like the beginning stages of surrender here, but it's like they're just having a hard time right now facing the healing part. It's like they know they need to do it, and they want the final outcome, which is a complete stripping of the ego and just basically to start over, but they don't want to face the healing part. Does that make sense? Now, Divine Feminine here, I feel, I mean, okay, Divine Feminine is kind of in a similar energy, except it's like she's ready to face the healing part. Some of you are afraid of the outcomes. Some of you are so blinded by fear and worry that it's like you're actually afraid of the outcome, okay? So don't forget to take care of yourself here. Don't dwell too much on these things. You're overthinking, right? You're overthinking it. If an insecurity comes up, purge it and move on, okay? Because you are birthing a new beginning for yourself. There is abundance coming, okay? And this is for both twins, not just Divine Feminine. Both counterparts really need to stop overthinking, okay? And remember how the law of attraction works, right? You manifest the outcome, and the how will show itself later. So just keep focusing on that outcome that you want, the outcome that you know is fulfilling to you, and then wait for the signs to show up. Just make sure you're paying attention to the signs, right? I also feel just in general a lot of attraction between the twins right now, even if you're not in communication. Okay, you probably, there's probably 5D communication and that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, just stay true to yourself, and you stay true to your path, basically. But again, like, keep your eyes open for those messages that you're seeking. Okay, and this is interesting because you've got an 8 and a 4-4, which is also 8, which is bringing in, of course, the completion of cycles. All right, and cycles are ending, guys. It's just happening. Ready or not, the ending is coming. The end is nigh. The end is nigh. All right. So let's take a look at Divine Masculine. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay. Oh yeah. So this Divine Masculine is just like ready to jump ship. I feel there's a lot of anticipation, anxiety, that sort of thing coming in here. Divine Masculine, yeah, he's got it. He realizes this is not where he's at right now. It's not fulfilling at all. And there for a while, it was like Divine Masculine was starting to recognize this, and then he felt guilty for recognizing it, and then he suppressed it. Right? Suppress. No. This makes me happy. Ego come in and go, no. Yeah, no. Where I'm at now is great. It's wonderful. It's perfect. Put on that happy face. Shut up. Sit down. Smile. Like, But now it's just like, no. And I don't feel... There's still some guilt coming in here with Divine Masculine, but I don't feel it's necessarily because he's realizing he's not happy. I feel like there's a lot of guilt coming in, mainly to do with karma. There's still some karma that's being faced right now, like maybe past actions, maybe, depending on the situation, maybe they've been in this situation for quite a long time, and they've, invested a lot of time and a lot of energy, and so there's some guilt coming in from there that whatever it was couldn't make it work, that sort of thing. But also, children coming in here, of course, depending on the situation, if it's, something involving children, that can also lead to a lot of guilt and a lot of inner conflict. and that sort of thing. You know, dealing with situations like that where there's children, it's not easy. Trust me, I know. You know, I have a kid, and I left my husband a couple months ago, so it's not an easy decision. You know, but you know, I feel like Divine Masculine is kind of looking at the cycles in their lives and the cycles in their childhood and what's let them to where they are now, and are taking a look. You know, some of them who do have children probably looking at their own children and being like, I don't want to repeat this cycle. And I'm not going to lie, that's kind of what I did. I looked at my daughter and I said, you know, no. Like, two parents who are constantly at each other's throats, or who, you know, are constantly making each other feel like crap, you know, that sort of energy that's around in the house is not good for the children. And children are naturally sensitive. Children pick up on these things very easily. And, like, my daughter was getting to the point where she was just, like, we would yell at each other, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I'm trying to walk away. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to fight, especially not in front of the kid. And he'd pull me right back in, and then the kid would start crying and be like, what did you do? Look what you did. I'm like, okay, I can't. Like, I can't with this. I have to walk away, right? So I feel like Divine Masculine is kind of in that energy now where he's recognizing the cycles, and he's recognizing how it's affecting other people in the connection, or in the situation that they're in. Now, that could be family. Again, it could be a job, you know, and, you know, thinking about children, maybe they don't have children, but maybe they are, you know, over some people, and they're realizing the toxicity that's happening in that environment, and they're wanting to remove themselves from that situation. So take that as it resonates. But yeah, Divine Masculine, there's still some codependency here. But I feel Divine Masculine's really trying to step this up. He's really trying to step up his game here as far as finances. I feel like a lot of Divine Masculines are working on something. There's a project here. There's some sort of hidden endeavor here. And honestly, if it's a karmic situation, like you know, that they're actually in, or a 3D situation, however you want to name that, it's like, it's going on behind the scenes. You know, for example, maybe they're at a job and they're doing something else on the side to kind of help, like, build up their abundance so they can leave, you know, that sort of thing. I feel like it's kind of being kept under wraps to those around them. Okay? Yeah, because, I mean, the endings are coming, guys. The endings are coming. Divine Masculine doesn't want to be here anymore, right? He's afraid to face the healing part, you know, but he knows he has to. He knows he hasn't been standing in his truth, right? He's basically been standing in a bed of lies, and he wants to end that cycle. Cycle is no bueno, right? Wants to end that, right? Wants to end the juggling. He doesn't want to do it anymore. And he's been going back and forth, weighing his options. Well, if I do this, this is going to happen. My world's going to fall apart. I'm going to lose everything. I'm going to lose money. I'm going to, whatever it is, okay? But on the other hand, I will have this. I will have this. I will have this. You know, so it's kind of like this going back and forth thing. And Divine Masculine's really kind of done with it, right? And Divine Masculine, you know, trying to trust the intuition coming in here, you know. Watching Divine Feminine, she's doing her thing, you know. She seems to have the key to her own happiness. Right, and she's trying to rise above the stuff. So he's, you know, he's trying to trust that intuition more, okay? And a lot of them have really been coming into that slowly chipping away at the ego to make room for the intuition as it comes in, so they can have a new beginning for themselves. Okay, and of course this is the dick stick, so yeah, definitely some sexual energy coming in, okay? And I mean, but mainly, I mean, this to me is just representing they just want a new beginning. They want to clear out all of this old stuff, all of the stuff that's making them feel heavy. They feel so heavy. They're like the weight of the world is just on them all the time, and they want to throw it off. They don't want to do it anymore, right? They want a new beginning. They want to start over. It's almost like some of them are just like, I don't even want this to be here. Like, they almost, like, some of them are just like, I want to go back in time to where this never ever happened. But then at the same time, it's like, well, you wouldn't be who you are. You wouldn't have learned what you've learned. You wouldn't have the things that you have. You wouldn't have experienced the things that you've experienced, right? So don't think that, Divine Masculine. You know, be grateful for the things that you've learned. Okay? You know, don't wish them away. Then you wouldn't be who you are. right? But yeah, a lot of divine masculines are just, they're just done. They're done with this feeling like this. They don't want to feel like this anymore. They don't want to be here anymore. Don't want to do this anymore. Tired of feeling broken all the time. And some of them do. They feel broken. They feel like the situations that they're in have completely broken them. And they're waking up to that. And it's making it's made them feel they've been powerless for so long. They don't want to feel powerless anymore. All right. Divine Feminine. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got here. Well, Divine Feminine, you know, back to focusing on her coins again. Yep. You know, growing her abundance. I feel like for a while Divine Feminine was in a lot of doubt. And there's still some doubt coming in. You know, fearing the outcome or worrying about the outcome. But at the same time, still manifesting the outcome, right? And focusing on it. And trying to bring healing to the situation. And understanding that, you know, everything that happens is happening for a reason. And trying to be patient. Trying to be patient, but, you know, at the same time not waiting, right? Okay. But yeah, so some mirroring here. Yeah, Divine Feminine also here. Been here for a while, though. Like, really should be upside down, right? Like, realizing the situation she's in is not good for her. It's not good for her. It's not good for people around her, okay? You know, maybe there's children involved here. Inner child wounds definitely coming up, you know, but not good for the kids, maybe. You know, if you're in a karmic relationship or something like that and it's not good for the children, you're recognizing this and you're like, I can't do this anymore. It's not good for the kids, especially. Not good for me, but it's not good for the kids, right? So, or maybe, you know, maybe you're in a job that you absolutely hate and you come home every single day and just are drained and in negativity and you know, pissed off or whatever, and you take it out on the kids, you know, that sort of thing. So, you know, you're kind of in that energy of, no, I've got to leave this situation because it's not good for me, and what's not good for me is not good for my kids, right? Because parents not happy, kids ain't happy. That's just how it works, right? So yeah, Divine Feminine's like, no, okay, time to take action. I've got to get out of here. Hate this, you know. She's just like throwing it away, like, out. I got to make a decision. I got to go. Right? And where, you know, of course, where one door closes, somewhere a window is opened, correct? So keep that in mind, right? So if you throw away one thing, something else is going to present itself, but you can't have that until that other thing is gone. Does that make sense? Right? So, yeah, Divine Feminine, I feel right here, definitely going through an ascension, going through a healing process right now, right? And I feel like at this point, whatever this action is, whatever you need to cast away that's not making you happy is going to help you heal here so that you can grow your abundance, okay? So it's really one thing leads to another here, all right? Yeah. Swift movement. I feel like a lot of Divine Feminines are ready to go. Out. Bye. Let's go. Let's get this going. Move. I want to get out of here. I want to get out of here fast. Okay, so I do feel a lot of movement coming with Divine Feminine, okay? You're also getting probably a lot of messages from Source and that sort of thing. You may also be getting some sort of communication from your counterpart if you've been in silence for a while. But this specifically is telling me movement. Divine Feminine is like, let's go, move. Let's go, let's get out. Right? But I do feel some Divine Feminines, yeah, definitely a sense of longing right now. Absolutely. But yeah, see this? So a message, you might be receiving some sort of message very soon from your counterpart, some sort of apology here, some sort of offer, okay, coming in here. But it also may not even be from your counterpart. It may actually be from maybe an ex or something like that, or maybe even a boss. Maybe, you know, if something happens, some sort of rift here with a colleague, maybe coming to resolution as well, okay? Because I do feel some divine feminines have been very much in their heads about this wrongdoing. They feel kind of betrayed. They kind of feel in victim mode a little bit. You need to cast this off, okay? Stop sitting there dwelling in victim mode. You're not a victim. You make yourself a victim, okay? Nobody can make you a victim except you. Well, you know, obviously, you know, there are instances where that's not true, where you can be victimized. But I just mean, like, if somebody does something and you sit there and dwell on it and dwell on it and dwell on it, and you don't speak up for yourself, you're basically making yourself a victim there. Because you're not standing up for yourself, but you're sitting there dwelling on it and dwelling on it and dwelling on it, right? So don't do that. Don't put yourself in that energy, okay? Get yourself out of that. Move forward, all right? Get yourself out of that. Keep yourself in a high vibration, okay? And just go with the flow. Everything's going to be fine, right? Speak your truth if you need to speak your truth. Stop being deceptive about it. I know some people have asked in the comments, and I've gotten emails, should you tell your counterpart what's going on with you? Should you tell them about the connection? Honestly, that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I could tell you what I did, okay? And I did. I did tell my counterpart about the connection, okay? And what he does with that is up to him. You know, I had no expectations on that, but it made me feel better to get it out in the open. So if it'll make you feel better and you don't put out any expectations on it. Now, if you put expectations on it, you know, and it triggers you, well, that's on you, right? But deal with it and move on. But you shouldn't put expectations on your counterpart. Your counterpart is not going to react to these things the same way you do. Just keep that in mind, okay? Divine Masculine is not quite as open to the spirituality aspect of this sort of thing. All right? A lot of them probably just like, oh, whatever. You know? So just keep that in mind, all right? And try to release the expectations. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I know this usually represents the female karmic to me, but actually this represents to me right now Divine Feminine standing in her abundance. I feel like a lot of Divine Feminines here are really focusing on this. They're like, no, independence now. Give me liberty or give me death, right? So a lot of Divine Feminines are just, yeah, like, you know, gotta get out of here. I'm speaking my truth here, you know, because I want to stand on my own 2 feet. I want to be independent, right? Don't want to do this anymore either. So really, again, twins are mirroring. They always are. Always mirroring. Alright. Messages from the counterparts. Y'all need to stop asking this question. This comes up every so often. Bring on the towers! Because this... Yeah. Trust your intuition, guys. All the time. Okay. Alright, let's get some messages and advice from Source. Alright, how do you like that? Well, awakening's happening, guys, I'm telling you. They know. Whether you told them about the connection or not, they know. They know. Okay? Yeah. Well, this is interesting. We got the sun. And you got the moon. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. How do you like that? So yeah, I mean, focus on this. Focus on your happiness, guys. Focus on this. What would make you truly, truly happy? Follow it. Do it. Follow your bliss. Follow your intuition. Your intuition is leading you. Your spirit guides are leading you. Source is leading you somewhere. Trust it. Trust it. It's very, very important, okay? Again, some of you are dealing with family issues. Some of you are dealing with family unit issues, you know, that sort of thing. Inner child stuff coming up to do with family as well. Okay, so try not to get so wrapped up in quote-unquote who you're going to disappoint. All right. I think family is important, absolutely. You know, family is important. But family should never, ever, 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 ever make you feel like you're not worthy if you don't fulfill their expectations. Okay? The whole idea of unconditional love, it's like a parent to a child sometimes. A parent loves that child no matter what they do, no matter what choices they make, no matter what they say, right? If you have a family unit who will, quote unquote, stop loving you because you are who you are, you might want to take that into consideration, okay? Just saying. Yeah, karma. And some of you have some family karma here, like some ancestral karma that's coming in, okay? So keep that in mind, all right? And a lot of you are still facing some karma as well. Current life and past life, okay? But a lot of you have, look at that, found your courage to overcome it, okay? And that's important. That's very beautiful. Just, you know, courage, if you think about it, courage comes after you face adversity, not before. So just remember that, okay? Alright, guys. I hope this has helped. If it has, please like, share, subscribe. And I guess I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.